You must become wealthy to attract wealth. You cannot attract who you are not. So you must be wealthy to attract wealth. You must be rich to attract riches. Now, that process of becoming rich and becoming wealthy in order to attract it is where many Christians give up. Investigate the source of your poverty. That's your responsibility. It is your responsibility to sit down and ask yourself, why was my grandfather poor? Why was my father poor? Why am I poor? We refuse to learn from history. History will repeat itself. So when you sit down and ask yourself, investigate, why are we poor in our family? That's how you are going to change the story. Prophecies can never change your life until you apply principles. You see, when we talk about wealth, please note this. Don't ever fall into the trap of scarcity, where somebody, scarcity mentality is a scam. And we hear those things being said over and over again, and many times we don't examine things that we hear. We just listen to them, especially when we are working based on religious software. Anybody can just wear suit and tie, say something behind the pulpit, you just believe, instead of going to do the work of thinking. So when you are doing your, in the first degree, we get BSc and all the stuff, most of the time you are certified for believing what you are taught. And if you are able to accurately agree with your lecturer, they agree with you too and they pass you. Now, but by the time you are doing masters, we are questioning everything we're taught. That's what master's degree is all about. Nobody is teaching you anything, master. They are questioning, okay, this has been said. Do you think it's true? We begin to look at case studies. These things, is this still true? And then, so that at that level, by the time you go for masters and return, your thinking will begin to change. You begin to question things. But by the time you now go to do PhD, you realize that we now begin to tell you what you should be thinking. Because in PhD now we are talking of the future. Okay, look, the fact that something is working now does not mean we must wait for it to stop working before we find out the alternative. Can't we do it better, faster? That's what PhD begins to do. Begin to open the next portal. And that's how nations and places have developed. So please think about this. When you say there is no money, think about it. You will realize that you are lying. That's not an accurate statement. When you say there is no money, what do you mean by there is no money? Now, all the money in the world is still in the world. Think of it. Money did not travel. Alien did not take it away. So when you say there is no money, you are lying. What you should say is you don't have money. Not that there is no money in this country. There is no money in this country. You are a liar. There is so much money. Think of it. Do you see how much money your politicians in Ghana have been stealing since? And do you see that the stealing of Ghana now is trying to compete with Nigeria? You are entering billions now. You that don't have the heart of stealing before, now you steal. Even Nigeria is afraid now that these guys are trying to catch up with us. They want to take our medal. And your people are now stealing in dollars with full bold face, and they will still come to television and be bragging about stealing, and they should be in jail, and they are the big boys of the society. Hello? And look at the way economy is collapsing everywhere. Because one thing you will see with Africa is that we love employing old people as our presidents. No, think about it. Look at Nigeria. Look at Ghana. The very minute we say it's old people we want, then we went back to old school thinking. How do you employ an old man as your president and you want to enter a young future? They can't lead you into a future that they will not be there. These guys are analog in a digital age. That's the problem with many African nations. You see a lot of all these old people, and then when they get there, they don't want to live again. Hello? Let me tell you, even America, when they started employing old people, look at what America is going through now. Donald Trump, you know he's a old man. Joe Biden, old. Trump is trying to come back old. What is wrong with us that we are looking for old people? A continent, Africa is the youngest continent. I hope you know. About 75% of people in Africa are below the age of 35. Yet, we are employing old people that are, it's either we are looking for father figure or we are looking for leaders. Hello? So number one, there is a wealthy place. Don't let anybody deceive you. There is no money in this country. There is no money. It's a lie. There is money. You don't have it, but there is money. But the money is there. It's in somebody's hand. Look, let me ask you a question. Look at me. I just like we are business. Let's think. Every year, your nation declares budgets. Every year, billions. And at the end of the year, they will tell you they have done supplementary budgets, they have added to it. So it means that that money actually came into the system. How many came to you? And you say there's no money. So in a year, they will declare billions. This sector, that sector. The way you should be thinking is, okay, once they declare budget, you now sit down. What is my portion in that budget? How much of that budget should come into my company and into my life? What products can I offer? What service can I offer? What sector has there been budgeted for? That's how you operate. So people wonder, say, how do you look? As a pastor, I do it. When I sit down, I'm looking for part of the budget that concerns me. Because they don't budget for religious duties in my country. And I'm a pastor, so I know that there is no money in that one for me. So I'm not going to be looking to, when I say, okay, they say they are going to be training the workforce, I say, training. So I say, okay, what are the training that they need? So we start writing proposal. We can train you, with capacity building training, cost reduction, and then before you know it. And then in your packaging of training, you have to be psychological. So you have to be able to also put something there that will attract their ego and attract their lust for, I shouldn't be telling you this. Have you noticed that most training in Africa does not take place in Africa? Because if you do it in Africa, they won't make money. So I will now write a proposal and say, we're going to train you people in Qatar. 3 days executive training. All the people will take you to Dubai, will take you to Rwanda, so that they will collect Esther code. They will collect travel allowance. Because they know that, this guy is going to train us in London. It's good. What training am I doing in London? I can't do in Nigeria. But it's because I have to put something there for you to sign so that we can collect our portion. The children of this world are wiser in their own thing. Hello? So number one, there is what? There is a worldly place. Number two, there is a path that leads to the worldly place. There is a path that leads to the worldly place. Number one, there is a worldly place. Number two, there is a path that leads to the worldly place. We're all here today now. The only reason we're all here is because we knew this address. And we decided to be here. But we did not all come from the same house. And we did not all come the same way. Some of you trekked down here because your house is not too far. Some of you took the cab. Some of you drove down. I flew down. But we're all here now. So this place exists. But the path that brought us here is diverse. So if you want to go to the worldly place, there are pathways to wealth. Hello? There are paths that leads to the worldly place. Your path is not my path. The problem is we keep comparing ourselves with other people, trying to do what other people are doing. No. The Bible says measuring themselves with themselves, comparing themselves with themselves, they are not wise. There's a principle in marketing or in the marketplace called the copycat principle. And now the copycat principle states that anytime you pioneer something, within 6 months, other people will copy you. So if you want to be ahead of the market, anytime you are pioneering something, factor in the copycats in whatever you are doing. To say, okay, this thing we are starting now, in the next 3 to 6 months, people will start copying on. So whatever you want to do, you must have 3 to 4 layers of evolution ready. So that as you are doing the first one, as they are trying to copy you, you release level 2. Before they get to level 2, you release 3 and 4. By the time you are faster than they can catch up, they will now come to submit to you as an authority in the market. Hello? And you know why that happens? That happens because there are people that have money without idea. So they're always waiting for ideas to use their money to capture. You can start something small, and in less than 1 year, they will head you out of the market. Because somebody else has money that doesn't have idea. When they say, this is true, I can do this, they will now bring 50 times of the money you started with into the same sector. And you begin to, people will not even believe you are the one that started it. Hello? So there is a path that leads to the worldly place. So everybody must therefore now find out, what is my own path to the worldly place? So when I talk to people, I do series of master classes every year in our business school. And this year we've done School of Money Masterclass. I think 30, part 1 to 30. We just graduated last week. Now listen, and one of the things I shared with them is how not to make money. You don't make money by marriage. I hope you know that right now we have a lot of women, all they are looking for is to marry a rich man. And they're all over social media now. Me, I can't marry a man that doesn't have money. A man, I can't come and suffer. So question, is it the one that gave it to you? You can't come and suffer. Why can't you work and take care of yourself? Marriage is not economic empowerment. Wealth is not sexually transmitted. Hello? So what your father could not do, your mother could not do, you are now looking for one man to come and carry you, so you are a liability. Say, no, what are you bringing to the table? No, I'm the table. Okay, chop yourself. Say, you are table. I'm the table. And that's what we're seeing right now. So the pathway to wealth is not marriage. Hello? The pathway to wealth is not inheritance. That's why there's so much abuse in Africa. Because when you are bringing nothing to the table, the guy can abuse you and mess you up. And after messing up your life with 3 children, you will still say, "I'll pack out of this house." You pack out. Can you tell a woman to pack out that built the house? Hello? A man will always say, "I will tell you to pack out of this house, pack out, pack out, pack out." And then one day, he came back. And the house was empty. The woman has packed out with everything she came with. And the guy now realized that he had nothing but his noise. Pack. Hello? So you don't make money by what? By marriage. You don't make money by inheritance, waiting for your father to die for you to inherit. No, these are the realities. That's not a pathway. But there are a lot of jobless people now that are hungry that their fathers have refused to die. When will this man die? When will this man die? When will this man die? And don't forget to, you are young today, you'll be old tomorrow. And what you sow is what you will reap. So there is a pathway. So you need to find your pathway. And like I've said, like we'll also see again, there are 3 portals of wealth creation. You can either do it through the entrepreneurial portal, intrapreneurial portal, or through the investment portal. So find out what is your own path to enter into that wealthy place. Number 3, wealth is created. Wealth is created. Wealth is created. In the world that we live in today, please listen. Nobody just wakes up and discovers that they are wealthy. Someone must take responsibility for the creation of wealth. Whether in an individual life, in a family, in another, someone must take responsibility for the creation of wealth. Have you noticed, listen to this, have you noticed that when people begin to make money, you start hearing, let us investigate the source of their money. Have you ever heard anybody say, let's investigate the source of their poverty? No, nobody will investigate the source of your poverty. That's your responsibility. It is your responsibility to sit down and ask yourself, why was my grandfather poor? Why was my father poor? Why am I poor? Why is it that in this world, all of us were born together? My father keeps talking about his friends that are rich. Why was he not rich like them? Why was my grandfather not rich? It's your job to investigate it. Because if you don't do that thinking, you will not know. You see, when we refuse to learn from history will repeat itself. So when you sit down and ask yourself, investigate, why are we poor in our family? That's how you are going to change the story. Because I don't understand. You went to school, now you have graduated, you are looking for a good job. Please, who should create the good job and employ you? If it was easy to start a business, why did your father not start one? Why did you? No, these are reality. Why didn't they start one? There are people whose parents started business. When they graduated like you, they are not looking for a job. They just resume in their father's company. Because if you don't do what I'm telling you to do now, history will repeat itself. Listen, are you ready? I hope you know that you are an ancestor already. You are an ancestor. So all those generational curses you people are breaking. Die, oh Lord, oh Lord. I just laugh with all this religious nonsense that we do. Listen, where your ancestors has failed you, you cannot afford to fail your descendants. Because you are also an ancestor. Think about it. Many of you sitting down here right now, in another 50 years, in another 70 years, you'll be gone. Now think of it. I've been in church now 38 years. My first child is a girl. She's 26. My second child is 24. The last one is 11. So please ask me. So I was already a pastor when I gave birth to my children. So are you telling me now that after 38 years in church, my children should be breaking the altar of their father's house. Am I not the altar? No, because see, these are so when you are praying all this useless prayer, you need to think where. So now, you mean now that after 38 years, there is still an altar. My children should be saying, every evil of my father's house. I am the father. And there is no evil. So they are supposed to be talking of generational blessings. But why are they not talking of generational blessings? Because we don't understand that wealth is created. So we keep waiting that maybe one day somebody will lay hands on us and we'll just become rich and wealthy. And you have been waiting. So instead of you to begin to take intentional, practical steps to change your life, you are waiting for one supernatural oil that will just come upon you. And especially, you Ghanaians, you are even more terrible than Nigerians with the prophetic. When you go to Kumasi Mountain, Bogatanga Valley, Shai, you go and collect all these strange powers, and everybody is a prophet here. Calling phone number. Your name is John. Are you so stupid you don't know your name? So your name is John. Yes, Papa. Yes, Papa. Prophesy, Papa. So you don't know your name. Eh? You are from Takoradi. Yes, yes. So you don't know where you came from. That's the revelation. And that's the useless thing that you people are doing here now. So you people gather in a church for 4 hours. All they are doing is from row to row. Yeah, stand up. Your name is and 4 hours. You say, I was church today. Powerful. 10 years later, you are still poor. You know why? Prophecies can never change your life until you apply principles. Prophecies are fulfilled by principles. So if I prophesy now, your name is Jane. Yes. You are the third born. Oh, Baba, prophesy, Baba, preach. Everybody's shaking. See, I'm seeing May 11. Yes, that's my birthday. All those are accurate. And the person now tells you, I see twins. By this time next year, you're going to have twins. Everybody shouts amen. You see, after the prophecy, you will now go back to the principles. What are the principles? You need to have a husband or a wife. Principle of marriage. Then you need to have sex with your partner. Principle of sex. These are principles that prophecy cannot change. That prophecy cannot make you pregnant without sex. So you have to go back to principle. So now, they say you will have twins. You are fighting with your husband. They say you will have twins. Your husband comes home. Honey, don't touch me. Don't touch me. You see that? You are now stupid. Are you seeing the stupidity of this thing now? Now, they say you will have twins. Every ovulation period, the 5 days of ovulation, you and your husband will fight. When the ovulation is now over, come and touch me now. Oh yeah, let's do it. I'm ready now. You are stupid. You are stupid. You don't understand the principle of recreation and progression. You're just a religious bigot. Hello? These are the things that are making them to insult you because people just don't use their brain. When you are looking for a baby, even when you are fighting, you will have sex because the devil must be put to shame. So, honey, I'm ovulating. Oh yeah, how are you? I love you. He said, yeah, I'm still angry with you, but let's finish this one first. We'll continue fighting later. Hello? So, what am I saying? Wealth is what? Created. Someone must take responsibility. And you must be that person to say, in my family, I'm sick and tired of poverty. This poverty must end with me. And then you begin to do what needs to be done. Or else it will continue. Because think about it. Look, I don't know about you, but... And that's why the next generation is no more falling for all this deception. You see a lot of younger people now, the Gen Z, and these guys are looking for supernatural power. They are looking for the reality of God. Many of them are trying magic, trying spiritualism because they are tired of all this church, all this prayer when they pray. They walk. So we have been praying since every time, fasting, 10 days, 7 days, 21 days, 51 days. So when will the thing be answered? Hello? Number 4. Wealth creation takes time. Wealth creation takes time. Wealth creation takes time. One of the challenge of our world today again is what we call the get rich quick scheme. People want to blow. In this kingdom, we don't blow, we grow. If you blow up, you scatter, you disintegrate. Bombs blow, balloons blow. But in this kingdom, people don't blow, they grow. If you jump up, you will come down. If you grow up, you will stay up. So avoid get rich quick scheme. Have you noticed that all the schemes that people have complained about that has made people to lose money is always schemes that are speculation. Schemes that are, forex, crypto, one scheme, put money there, you will get this one. How many people have you heard that said they bought land, built a house, and the scheme failed? The real one that are evergreen, that has not failed, you won't touch it. They have been selling land before your great-grandfather was born. You didn't buy. But when you heard that there's one forest, you now go into forex and end up in the forest of poverty. So this one is crypto. Now they kryptonize your life. And you are now experiencing krypton. And you are wondering, what is this? Man of God is so bad that even now, people are now into what we call betting. It's heavy spiritual thing now. Even churches are carrying offering to go and bet. Pastors, yeah. Pastors are betting now. I don't know whether you have that in Ghana here. In Nigeria, Cameroon, South Africa, they are betting houses with computers. Everybody will be betting. These things have been there since we were young. It used to be pool. They call it pool. They'll be using biro to write, red biro, green. Now they have made it electronic. And people are betting with their school fees. Betting with their house rent. Hello? I host pastors' conferences. And I'm ashamed to say that pastors will be asking questions. Sir, is it wrong to bet? Pastors. Because they're already doing it. Because they don't have faith in God anymore, but they have faith in the... Hello? So wealth creation does what? It takes time. It takes time. Please listen. Those of us that you see that are wealthy today, we didn't fall down from heaven. Hello? And we did not become wealthy one day. It took time. Precept upon precept, line upon line, a little here, a little there. You save here, you invest here, you do this one. And over time, because true wealth takes time to be built. True wealth takes time to be built. I have properties all over the world. And I mean literally different parts of the world. So because I'm here now, let me talk about this country. I have properties in this country. And when I wanted to start buying properties in this country, I had been talking to people about real estate. And I kept saying to them, a city today was a village yesterday. A village today will be a city tomorrow. And then Ghana discovered oil. And they started talking of oil. So I said, Ghana, now that they have discovered oil, what are all the different locations close to where they have discovered oil? What are all the locations close to all the plans for the future? But people kept wondering. So I called my guys. I said, look, start investigating for me. What are the developmental plan that they have for Accra, for Volta region, for different regions? And I started sharing these things with people when I come, saying, go to Dodua, go to Pram Pram, go to Shah Hills, go to Kasua, go to... They will just be wondering, they will be laughing, how does he know all these places? It's because I'm investigating. Hello? And then, while I was doing that, I was gathering money. Then, bam, I started buying. I bought a property in Kasua years ago. I have a house there. I'm building a shopping complex there now. I'm going to be building houses and all that stuff. Now, when I bought that property, when we went there, my former PA was with me when we went. We kept going into the bush. And at the point, the guy was saying, sir, we continue this journey. Do you know these people very well? I said, well, relax, this is my job. Forget pastor. I carry glory. Let's go. So they said, from here to there, to there, to there. I paid. When we got into the car, I said, sir, You give them cash. You should have done transfer so that I said, don't worry, this is my job. Do you know what? When we bought that property, in less than 1 year, they did the Obum Road. They started opening the road. Before you know it, the bridge, you know there's Kasua Bridge now. That bridge is just a new bridge. There was no bridge, there was nothing. Nothing. Then before you know it, they started doing bridge. Before you know it, so when I came about 2 years later with the same PA, he said, sir, sorry, I want to ask a question. He said, did you know they were going to do the road? I said, no. Did you know they were going to do the bridge? I said, no. He said, but this place is now, if I can't even recognize it. I said, so let me tell you something. I said, when you are a Christian, there are different laws that work. I said, there's a law of knowledge and there's a law of favor. I said, the law of knowledge is you need to know that every bush today is only a matter of time. It will become a city. So you don't wait to buy land. You buy land and you wait. I said, that is the law of knowledge. I said, but there is a law of favor. I said, when I came here, they offered me 3 land. They offered me Kasua, Shai Hills, and Dodua. But in my spirit, Kasua resonated. I obeyed the spirit and I came and God favored me. I said, I did not know, but God knew. So when you are a tither and you are committed to God, the Spirit of God will lead you. Because there is a spirit in man and the inspiration of the Lord gives them understanding. And so that's the law of favor. God will now favor you to be positioned in a place that's about to blow. And then people will now think that, I said, the way you are thinking now, people will now think that, this man, God must have spoken to him. Hello? Then before you know it, we started getting calls. Banks were calling me. Because my house is now on the road, on the express road, right on the road. They now call. I said, no, it's not there. Can we rent it? I said, it's not for rent. Can we lease? They want to lease the land and build on. I said, it's not for rent. It's not for lease. Don't even call us again. Now I'm building shopping complex there. So one day you see the shopping complex. This man. Why? Because that's the way it works. So wealth creation takes time. Imagine that since you started working 15 years ago, you have been buying just 1 plot every year. Just 1 plot every year in all those different locations. By now, you won't be where you are. Well, you've been buying shoes every year, buying wigs every year, buying bags every year, changing your phone every year. You must become wealthy to attract wealth. 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 Now please listen to the explanation I'm about to give, because this is where I will close for today. You cannot attract who you are not. You must become wealthy to attract wealth. Except a man be born again, he cannot. When he came to Jesus, Nicodemus said, what must I do? We are always thinking of what to do. But he said, except a man be. So it's not what you do, it's who you are. Read your Bible again. Let us make man in our image. That means they must be like, what's an image? When you look into the mirror, you see your image. Let us make man in our image. After our likeness, they must be like us. Then likeness to do like, to behave like us. So it is behave before you can become. So you must be wealthy to attract wealth. You must be rich to attract riches. Now, that process of becoming rich and becoming wealthy in order to attract it is where many Christians give up. So when you are praying and fasting, when you are listening to messages and applying things and it's not working, it's part of the process. Because you learn obedience by the things you suffer. Hello? If you fail in the day of adversity, it means that your strength is small. So adversity is part of the package. How can you graduate just for going for lecture? It doesn't happen. After lecture, there must be exam. It is the ability to pass that exam that gives you a certificate that you are certified. So in becoming wealthy, there are 5 things that will happen that will show you are becoming. So I may not be able to give you the 5, but There are 5 things. Number 1, you are going to go through betrayals. You are going to go through betrayals. Because everybody in your life today is not qualified for the life that God has in store for you. So one of the things that happens in your becoming season is betrayal. The people that are not qualified for your glory will begin to mess up. They will disappoint you so that you can break up from them and they can break up from you. Because, please, are you ready? In order for that space shuttle to go up, it lifts from the ground. But when it gets to a point, it sheds weight. When it wants to get out of the earth's surface, it will shed another weight again. So the higher you go, the lighter you must become. Many of you, you have too many crowd that cannot allow you to rise. So you begin to face betrayal. People begin to disappoint you. You give them money, they will not pay. They will tell you they will do it, they will not do it. They will lie against you. They will disappoint you. It's not a problem. It's not devil. Hello? It's not devil. It's God at work, making you to know that in this life, human being are human being. Number 2 is losses. You will begin to lose money. It's not devil. Many people don't understand this thing. That's why we are teaching you. We have been there. Hello? Look. Oh, Jesus. Jesus Christ one day met people. He met a man. He says, the man was blind. So he told the man, you are blind. It's okay. He now puts spit on the soil and put it on the eyes of the man. Think about it. The guy is blind, but he's not deaf. So you come to Jesus, Lord, heal me of my blindness. And then you hear, you are hearing, you are not deaf. So you are like, is he spitting, is he coughing? Then the next thing, you are seeing, you are not deaf and you can smell. So he's putting the clay and you are smelling. You're like, this guy is making my situation worse. I thought I came to him for help. He now tells you, go. Show yourself to the priest. So that means you are blind. He had made your blindness worse. He now tells you, trust me and keep going. Even though nothing seems to be working. You see, the second thing is losses. If you cannot trace him, just trust him. If you cannot track him, just keep trusting him. Because what will happen is, if you want to become rich and wealthy, God must know that you have discovered that he is your source. God must know that he is more important to you than money. That if you lose everything, you won't lose him. So you will invest, the money will disappear. You will do all your due diligence, and I can stand to tell you for free, the best of business plan will not work according to plan. Hello? It doesn't mean the people that prepare the plan lie to you. It doesn't mean the devil is powerful. It means that God is making you rich. Hello? Are you sure you are ready? Kaliando Koshabayada. You are getting it. Are you sure you are ready? Now, please listen to this. Any realm of wealth you desire, you must lose money in that dimension. So if you want to get to a realm where you have thousands of Ghana cedis without stress, you must lose thousands of Ghana cedi and survive. Yeah. So if you have not lost money before, that means you are not ready for it. You are not ready yet. Your journey is very far. But if you have lost money, be happy. As you are hearing now, be happy now. Okay, wow, now I'm getting it. If you have lost money before, you put money here, you almost died, but you didn't die. Yes, you are becoming somebody else. You are now becoming, yes, you are becoming now. Hello? Are you getting what I'm saying now? So number 1 is betrayal. Number 2 is losses. Number 3 is confusion. Confusion. You are just confused. Sometimes you are hungry. God, is it that you don't answer prayer? Because you know what? There are people that you will teach what you are doing. They will produce results, and you have not yet produced. There are people you will give money, small money, to go and start something, and they will give you testimonies. And you put more than that money in your own, it's not working. And you are confused. It's because your destiny is greater than their own. You are like Joseph interpreting the dream of the butler and telling the butler, remember me. And the guy has to forget you. Because if he remembers you, the best you will ever be is assistant butler. So he has to forget you, because who recommends you determine how far you go. So the third realm is the realm of confusion. So if you have been going through confusion, why is my market not selling? God is trying to tell you that there is a wilderness season. Hello? So you go through that process, and it's a confusing situation for anybody. Confusing situation. And then people start asking you questions. Where is your God? Where is the proof of all this thing you are talking? And then sometimes you are even, you can tell them, oh no, God is control. When you now go back, or you yourself, you are now asking, but God is true. Hey, God is true. You know what you are going through? The making. Job said, even if you slay me, I will still serve you. So I know my Redeemer lives. He came to a point where he was ready, even though he didn't understand. So when God came, he said, Job, let me ask you a question. Were you there when I created this world? He said, do you know where the moon hides during the day? So that nobody knows where it is until it comes out. He said, do you know where the sun stays? He said, do you know the pillar that holds the sky, that does not make the sky to fall? He said, Job, can you explain to me how a liquid sperm becomes bones in the womb of a woman and a child comes out? By the time God asked Job, he said, do you know where Leviathan stays in the bottom of the sea? By the time God was done with Job, Job said, I have heard of you with the hearing of the ears, but now my eyes have seen you. You see what those spirit of confusion does? It helps you to understand God. Now listen, I don't know whether you played what we call kites when you were young. You either do nylon kites or newspaper kites. Then you put broom, you put rope, and then you begin to release it into the sky. Now listen, after a while you won't see the kite anymore. But when you do like this, you will feel that something is there. Now what that confusion does is it connects you to the heart of God, to a realm where you may not see sign, but you can sense that it's working. Keep at it. Many of you have shut down a business. Somebody else took over the business and they are now making money. And you are wondering what happened. You didn't stay true. They came to enter your harvest. So that season of confusion is not for you to stop that business. It's not for you to give up that job. It's not for you to give up that thing you are doing. It's to stay at it. Because there will now come a time when God will now see that you have matured beyond physical, emotional decisions. Because God cannot trust emotion. He wants you to trust him. He wants to come to a point where when he tells you do this, you don't need any answer. You just move. And number 4, so that I can close. The making of you involves giving. And I will explain this. Listen. Losing money is painful. But if you have ever given sacrificially before, it's equal pain. Where you have plans, you have now gathered the money, you already think of what to do, you now hear, so you see this. How? So what? God. Now, listen to this. Please listen. Any realm that you want to operate in with comfort and joy, you must be ready to lose money in that realm, and you must be ready to sacrifice money in that realm. So if you want to be a Christian, that when it comes to hundreds of thousands of Ghana cedi, you must be ready to lose money in that realm, and you must be ready to give in that realm. Do you know that many of you, when you hear that somebody wrote a check of 1 million Ghana cedis and gave, in your mind you are thinking the person is stupid. Your prosperity is very far. No, I'm giving you reality. We are not raising offering, so it's not about offering. It's just telling you we are here to teach you. You see, when you hear that somebody is giving and your heart is, Lord, bless me one day so that I can do that, then you are getting to that point. And what that does is, even if it's 1,000 you can do now, you start with your own 500, you start with your own 1,000, then one day you're able to write a check of 10,000 Ghana cedi, then one day 50,000 Ghana cedi, then one day, and then you drop it and walk away. Because see, whatever you cannot walk away from, you have not conquered. Whatever you have not walked away from, you have not conquered. So when we are talking about kingdom financiers, we are saying, become that kind of person that will drop a check of 1 million Ghana cedis and you will not ask to be voted into the finance committee. Become that person that will drop a check of 10 million Ghana cedis and you will not tell the pastor, how can you say that? Didn't you know that that message is touching my business? No. Why? Because God cannot give to you what he cannot get through you. If God cannot get it through you, he can't give it to you. Because it means that when he gives it to you, you will turn your back against him. And you can use the same money he gave to you to fight him. Let us pray.